Hey everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I am going to get into if you have oily skin and you have a problem with your oils coming through. A lot of you probably already know this technique, but we're gonna get into baking. So I am going to use this white translucent powder by Limelight, and then I'm also going to use this pinky colored shade right here. This is in my Revolution contour palette. So I'm going to use those two to help highlight that center of my face and to also help combat the oils that I get right in here and in my forehead. And then what we're going to do throughout the day is I'm going to kind of do like a wear test. I'm going to grab my blotting papers. I'm going to show you how well it's keeping the oils at bay throughout the day and everything like that. So I'm going to show you the technique that I use. And then periodically throughout the day, I'll check in and kind of show you guys how well it's working for me. So let's get started. I have not tried this palette yet. I am going to go in with this color right here, and we're going to try that one out first to contour with. This is my 00 concealer. This one is the highlighting concealer, so you use it in the places that you really want to highlight. I do add a little bit of Must Dew in this. It is already in here, if you can kind of see. It's a little on the shiny side. I do like to do this because it doesn't give you as full coverage, but you can also build it up. But it also gives you a little bit of an easier application as well. I am going to go in with a dry, small beauty blender, and I'm going to go right in with my translucent powder here. And when you do this, when you bake your face, you want to use a very fine milled powder. You don't want a thick, like chunky powder, which there are some that are out there. You really want to make sure you go in with a fine powder, which the Limelight translucent powder is a very fine powder, so it works well for this. because I tend to typically go in at the end and just make sure that everything is very well blended. So you can see everything is nice and blended out. And I still have that really nice light center, which is what you want. I do have blotting papers here. And what I want to show you, look, nice clean blotting paper. There's nothing on it. We're going to go in right now and see how oily I am. So there you go. There's like nothing there. Now, the problem with doing this is, we're going to do it this way. I'm going to take this brush, or this sponge, and I'm going to tap it on that way, because I feel like doing it the other way, you might get your fingertip on it. So there you go. There is almost no oil. That could have been from my fingertip. But I am going to do some blot tests throughout the day, kind of check in with you guys. I will probably have this makeup on until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night tonight. So obviously this video is not going to be up today because I do want to give it a good wear test, and I want to show you guys how well that baking does to keep the oils at bay. So I will be back in a few minutes. I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup off camera. Alright guys, so I am back. I am full face. I've done eyeshadow, or mascara, liner, eyebrows, lippy, so the only thing I have left to do brow bone up here. So that is it for now. I am gonna go get some stuff done. I do want to spray. Last spray I'm using is the 10 Years Younger finishing spray. Just gonna do this to make sure everything stays in place. Give it a nice spritz, and it gives you just a little bit of an extra glow. I know we're going for like the matte look, but I don't want to look too matte and too, you know what I mean, too cakey. Not that this makeup looks cakey, but I think having just a little bit of glow is kind of nice. So anyway, I will be back in a little while. I will do a couple check-ins today. It is, what time is it right now? I have no idea. It's 1:21, so I will check in probably around 4, and then I'll check in maybe around 6 or 7, because usually I've had Ollie home for a little while and I'm running around with him and playing and doing all that stuff, so that'll really get a good wear test in to see, you know, if I'm getting super oily or anything like that. I don't know if I'll have the cat ears on later. I might try to fix my hair, or I might just leave these on. I don't know. They're kind of cute. But anyway, I will be back in just a little while to check in with you guys, and I'll let you know the time and everything, and we'll see what we've got going on. Alright guys, so it is 3:18, doing a check-in. Let me get some blotting papers. We'll check that first and see how well the baking is holding up, to see if it's really making a difference. Alright, so I'm going to go in with a beauty blender right into here and just kind of tap. So there you go. There isn't really anything there. So this is actually working pretty well. Yeah guys, like the only spot really is just right there. So holding up pretty well, actually. A little bit on my chin, but not terrible. So baking is working. It is doing a very good job of keeping the oils at bay. Flawless. The only problem I'm having is now I'm randomly having this little guy pop through that was not there this morning. But I'm not even going to touch it up. I'm not going to do anything. Like I said, the only thing I have touched up was my lip color because I ate lunch about an hour ago. And obviously when you eat, you know, sometimes you can manage to do that. So I did touch that up so it just didn't look all flaky and stuff. And I did fix my hair finally. We're not a whole hot mess anymore. But yeah, here, let me turn on a little more light so you guys, that is extremely bright. We'll get the lights turned back up a little bit so you guys can just take a look at everything. The highlight is still killing it. But yeah, I don't know. This whole baking thing. And I don't feel heavy and cakey. Like, I don't feel like I have a ton of stuff on my face right now. So that's definitely a plus for me. Because before, you know, I started using all the Limelight products, I would put foundation on and just the foundation would feel cakey. And the fact that I have foundation, concealer, a bunch of powder on, and sprays, and this is really, it looks just as good as it did before. So I'm definitely saying that if you're an oily person or even combination skin, because I do have combination skin. Like I said, before I started using Limelight, it was just constantly dry. Now that I've started using Limelight and the dryness is clearing up, the oils are starting to become a bigger problem because I never noticed it before because I was kind of always trying to combat the dry skin. So that is definitely huge. I will take the oiliness over the dry skin because oiliness you can fix by taking a piece of blotting paper and doing that, or even, you know, by baking the way that I did today and really making your makeup look flawless. I mean, I feel flawless today. Now, I don't have anywhere to go. I do have a full face of makeup on. The only time I'm leaving my house is to run to the store quick to grab laundry detergent and to go get my son from daycare. So, you know, I did a full face, but I have also been cleaning and stuff like that. So I am getting sweaty by, you know, cleaning and doing the stuff that I have been doing, but it's still staying. So definitely if I was to do this at, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning when I would have to get up to go to work, I usually get up at 4, have my makeup on by 4:30, and I get home usually between 3 and 4. And then I don't end up taking my makeup off until 8, 9 o'clock at night when I'm getting ready to go to bed. So that stuff is on all day. This is definitely doing well. And yes, it's only been on for 2 hours, but like I said, I'm going to make sure that it stays on until probably 9 o'clock tonight so that when I really start moving with my son and stuff like that, you guys are going to see, you know, how well it looks if we have any separation. Let me get back in here again. Besides this guy poking through, I have no separation or anything like that. My makeup hasn't separated anywhere. Like I said, I had these fine lines when I put my makeup on. So that is nothing, that's nothing new. Like having the wrinkles under my eyes. Those aren't going to go anywhere. But it's not separating, the makeup itself isn't separating, and my shadows are staying on. Here, well, I feel like I'm a weirdo when I try to keep one eye open, and you guys can see it. So here's my shadow. I did use the Revolution palette for the outside colors. I used my new Bare Metals palette for the inside. I did smoke out some color underneath there. That is still on very well. That hasn't turned into a mess or anything. And I feel like having all these lights on extremely bright does not help. So that still looks on, that still looks really good on there. So that's really exciting. Anyway, that is check-in number 1. I will probably check back in. I turn these lights up and down and it's just never correct the way that I want it. So I will probably check back in. It's 3:26 now. Maybe around like 5:30 I'll check in. We'll see how we're doing again with, you know, the oiliness and just making sure that everything is still on there. So I will see you guys back in a little bit. Alright guys, so this is it. This is my last check-in. It is 7:30. So I've had this on for about 6 hours, a little over 6 hours. So we're going to do our final check-in. If you can see, everything still looks really good. I still have all that, you know, nice brightness in the center of my face. Everything over here is still staying. But the next question is, how are the oils? Let's see how oily I've gotten. So just so you remember, I think this is my blotting paper from earlier. So just a little bit on there, not too terribly bad. So we're gonna come in and check again. Alright, so I am a little bit oily. And yeah, there's some oil there, but here's the thing. Let me get close so you can actually see me. Sorry if I'm looking over again. Just trying to make sure that I can do this. So here you go, here's close up. The thing is I don't look oily. This is highlight. But if you look where that light is hitting in here, it did not get oily. Same thing with my forehead. My forehead is not super oily looking. So there may be oils there, but it definitely doesn't look oily. Like I said, I think everything still looks great after 6 hours of wear and having a kid. Okay, sorry about that. I am now battling against a full card and a dying battery. So we're gonna make this quick. This has really worked well, guys. So again, like I said before, if you have oily skin and you really need to make sure that those oils aren't gonna seep through and keep your, you wanna keep your makeup on all day, definitely try the baking method that I showed you. It worked wonders with the products that I used, which is Limelight. They are all listed down below. So, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm about to go wash my face with this and do a mask as well. A mask of Zen, because I have this little guy coming in here. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.